Good Monday evening, August 18th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. 3 people were injured in a 4-car DUI collision Friday afternoon on Highway 97 near Pateros. The local Wenatchee Man Shop will soon host its 2nd annual back-to-school haircut event. Look for sunny and seasonally mild weather this week, with hot temperatures returning by the end of the week and into this weekend. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. Chief Edgar Reinfeld won confirmation from the City Council Thursday night to become interim city administrator by a vote of 5-1, but not without some debate. Council member Charlie Atkinson was the sole vote against putting Reinfeld in charge temporarily when current city administrator Laura Gloria departs from her role at the end of this month. Reinfeld will be in charge of all city departments during a national search for her replacement. Atkinson said he's concerned about overworking Reinfeld while he holds the jobs of city administrator and police chief at the same time.
Though I would generally give the mayor wide latitude in making appointments such as this, in this case I am concerned enough to vote no. My decision is not due to any lack of confidence in Chief Reinfeld. On the contrary, I have great confidence in him. Rather, I believe that he currently holds, if not the most important job in the city, certainly the one that on a day-to-day basis has the greatest potential for impacting our citizens. Public safety is one of the core reasons for local government. The chief plays a direct and essential role in crime prevention, emergency response, and building community trust both with our citizens as well as the men and women who serve in the police department. I don't want to make a decision. I don't want a decision that we make, especially one that would increase his responsibilities to risk distracting or diverting his attention from these vital functions. I fully appreciate that reasonable people can disagree, and that's the spirit in which I've come to this decision. I'll certainly support the council on whatever decision that we make.
3 people were injured in a 4-car DUI collision Friday afternoon on Highway 97 near Pateros. The Washington State Patrol says it was nearly 3 p.m. when a southbound 2022 Nissan Frontier crossed the center line and then collided with 3 oncoming vehicles before rolling and coming to rest in a ditch. The driver of the Nissan Frontier, 62-year-old Ray L. Hopkins from Twisp, was airlifted to Confluence Health Hospital Central Campus for his injuries. 2 other drivers were transported to 3 Rivers Hospital for their injuries. The Washington State Patrol says that drugs or alcohol were involved in the crash, but the incident is still under investigation. A new report from the Washington State Auditor finds that Moses Lake schools did not appropriately track their employees' hours and productivity when paying them the federal Title I funding. That money stream from the Department of Education goes toward improving programs for at-risk children who are in low-income areas. In the 2023-24 school year, the Moses Lake District spent an estimated $2.9 million from Title I, but the audit says it failed to keep what's called time and effort documentation for the 235 employees who were paid under that program. The district says it suffered staff turnover in the office assigned to document Title I productivity. It's since updated its procedures to avoid the oversight in the future. Late summer means it's milfoil harvest time in the Chelan County PUD's public parks. Last week, Jacob Ford, with our media partner, the Wenatchee World, caught PUD maintenance worker Holly Lindsay using an Aquarius Systems weed harvester to cut and remove the invasive aquatic plant at the Walla Walla Point Park swimming area. The non-native species disrupts recreation as well as native ecosystems as it grows through the warm warm weather months. The harvester runs 40 hours a week from July 15th until early September, removing plants like milfoil from swimming and boating areas of the PUD's Columbia River parks. The agency says workers like Lindsay remove approximately 300,000 pounds of aquatic weeds on average each year. When we come back, Governor Bob Ferguson has authorized an investigation into the conduct of members of the Washington Fish and Wildlife Commission, including a Wenatchee man. And Chelan County officials are asking visitors to the Enchantment Lakes Trail System to spread out or find alternate destinations. We'll tell you why. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Welcome to the summer of good. Good people, good taste, good vibes, and good, well, everything. When you're ready for some old-fashioned good, Abby's is your place. We've been celebrating summers around the PNW for over 60 years. At Abby's, good is a legendary tradition. Some people say pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Well, those people have obviously never tried Abby's Big Hawaiian, featuring loads of Canadian bacon and Dole pineapple. Right now at Abby's.com, order this juicy, cheesy, and legendary pizza at a mouth-watering price. Celebrate the summer of good with an Abby's Big Hawaiian.
Governor Bob Ferguson has authorized an investigation into the conduct of members of the Washington Fish and Wildlife Commission, including its new vice chair, former wildlife biologist John Lehmkuhl of Wenatchee. Lehmkuhl and 3 other commissioners on the state body are accused by the nonprofit Sportsman Alliance of mishandling their policy-making roles when they did away with annual spring black bear hunts back in 2022. The Alliance says public records show commission members, including Lehmkuhl, worked on policy behind closed doors in violation of the Public Meetings Act. Fish and Wildlife Director Kelly Suswind asked Ferguson for a formal investigation, and the governor's office confirmed last week he's ordered the State Human Resources Office to look into the claims. Asked about the allegation last spring, Lehmkuhl declined to comment to NCWLIFE News. Douglas County rancher Molly Linville also serves on the 7-member Fish and Wildlife Commission. She is not among the 4 accused of inappropriate conduct. Overparking and overuse of the Enchantment Lakes Trail System in Chelan County has been an issue for years. It's exacerbated this summer by federal cuts, leaving just 1 U.S. Forest Service employee in charge of trail maintenance and waste removal, where there used to be 11. Chelan County Mountain Rescue, the all-volunteer agency that assists in backcountry medical calls, issued this drone video this week illustrating the backup at vehicles vehicles parked along rugged roads to the Stewart Lake trailhead. The group says it wants to encourage trail visitors to spread out and find alternate destinations throughout the county in order to reduce stress on trails and wilderness. Chelan County officials have considered options for controlling access, including closing the main access road leading to Enchantment trailheads. The local Wenatchee Man Shop will soon host its second annual back-to-school haircut event. On August 24th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., students ages 5 to 18 can stop by the barbershop and enjoy a free haircut with no advance registration required. Haircuts will be provided on a first-come, first-served basis, and the business will be fully staffed to provide as many haircuts as possible. The Wenatchee Barbershop is one of 13 Man Shop locations that will be providing haircuts this month across Washington, Idaho, and Montana. Coming up next, it's back to school next Wednesday, August 27th, for students in the Wenatchee School District. We'll get an update about what changes students can expect from Wenatchee Superintendent Corey Kalahar in tonight's feature story. Expect beautiful seasonal weather throughout the week with hot summer temperatures returning by Friday. I'll have all your local weather details coming up, as well as Eric Granstrom with tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Click It RV is the home of the lowest price guarantee on new and used RVs. Our summer sell-down sales event is happening now. Shop new and used RVs from all the major manufacturers. Up to $6,000 over NADA for your trade through August. 0 down and no payments for 6 months. And get a free Traeger grill with every purchase. Plus, it's your last chance to win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash drawn at the end of August.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
Don't miss Click It RV's summer sale-down sales event now through August.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
It's back to school next Wednesday, August 27th for students in the Wenatchee School District. They can expect some innovations when they come back to class this year, including restrictions on the use of cell phones. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz spoke last week with Superintendent Corey Kalahar to learn more details about that, as well as the potential for replacing or upgrading school buildings in the district.
So phone-free WSD is the plan for the fall of 2025 here that we're in. What is great is our kindergartners through 8th graders, they have not had their phones in the buildings for a number of years, which is great. At a high school level, it's been a little different. Students are not allowed to have their phones during the instructional time period, but before school, after school, lunch, and during class breaks, they can have their devices. And that will be the change that we're looking forward to this fall. And it's really, a lot of it is centered around our students' mental health and some of the anxieties that come along with cell phone use during the school day. And truly trying to capture that outside of our school walls and maintain the integrity of the instructional environments.
How is it implemented and how is it enforced?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So one of the things that has been done over the past few years is just an idea of asking students to keep their phones in their backpacks or put away so they're out of sight. And that works to a certain degree, but it doesn't work holistically. And so we're implementing our Yonder pouches this year. And so when students come into Wenatchee High School or they come into Westside High School or the Tech Center, their IDs are checked as a safety security precaution each and every day. And as they check those IDs, their phone will be placed into a pouch that locks. It's got a magnetic lock on it. and it'll be locked for the day. And then when students leave the building for the end of their school day to go to running start or for any sort of appointments, they'll unlock their phone and they'll be free to use that.
Even though it's been expanded, remodeled, and changed over the last 53 years, the bottom line is Wenatchee High School is 53 years old. This is a fact.
It is a fact.
And part of your job is forward thinking 10, 20 years down the line about facilities. You put together a facilities committee. One way or the other, this is going to have to be addressed. You can't keep, duct tape and baling wire and keeping this place running.
No.
Things break, things get old.
They do. And that's kind of where we are right now we have a variety of aging facilities in the school district, Wenatchee High School being the oldest in that inventory. And we know that the expenses that we are doing each and every year just to keep the system running, keep the hallways cool, keep the hallways warm, it's just an exorbitant amount of dollars that actually does land on some taxpayer funding, and we want to make sure that we're responsible and frugal with those dollars as well. The other part of it is that we would improve the HVAC systems in multiple schools throughout the district as well. So that was the need, and that was what our facilities committee said. We have to take care of this in our own community.
And then there's out of the capital budget, there's just things that break.
Yes.
And you have to keep that in mind. You have to budget that before the school year, assuming something's going to go wrong.
Well, and as we speak right now, there are 3 compressors from our HVAC system that cool Wenatchee High School that are being replaced right now. We had to do it again. We had to do it most recently in 2022, and now we're doing it again. So those are the costs that keep recurring, unfortunately.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great weekend and a great Monday. Nice and cool over the weekend. A little bit rainy Friday night into Saturday. Beautiful yesterday and just fantastic out there today. A few clouds and a few high clouds along the Cascades, but just enough sunshine to make it a nice day across the area. It's going to be nice all week. Seasonably warm all week. Wenatchee will be pretty much in the mid to upper 80s right through into Wednesday. And then the warm-up begins as we get into Thursday. Actually, these temperatures for Wenatchee could be a little bit low as we make our way into Friday and the upcoming weekend. But boy, you can see that some of our neighbors, Moses Lake could see 101 degrees, 98 up in Omak. It's going to get hot as we get into the end of the week and into this upcoming weekend. Today, about where we should be for this time of year. Our normal is 86. Unofficially, we were at 85 degrees today. 104 our record high, and that was set back in 1977. 64 this morning, 61 our normal low temperature, and 47 our record low set in 1995. We're at 2.76 inches of rain. We only picked up 0.08 of an inch from that Friday night shower and Saturday morning shower, and we're still almost 2 inches below where we should be for this time of year. Sunrise now after 6 a.m. at 6:02, and sunset getting closer to 8 o'clock. Tonight it sets at 8:06. Getting into your Tuesday temperatures, things will warm up as we get into Tuesday. Upper 80s all over our map. A lot of 88s. Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy here in the Wenatchee Valley. We will see a high tomorrow afternoon of 88 degrees. That also goes for Eniat, Chelan, up into Omak, and then mid-80s in Lake Wenatchee and Leavenworth. A little warmer for you folks in Cashmere tomorrow with a high temperature of 87. Tonight, high pressure back in control of our weather picture. You can see the ridge up and over the state of Washington. It'll be seasonally cool with those mostly clear skies tonight. Low temperatures right around 60, so it'll probably feel pretty nice overnight. For Tuesday, sunny and a little bit warmer, as I mentioned. We will see highs tomorrow about normal for this time of year, a little bit above in the upper 80s. Wednesday, about the same as Tuesday. High pressure begins to really build. It moves a little bit to the north, so that'll keep our temperatures just down a couple of degrees in the afternoon, mid-80s for Wednesday. And then on Thursday, our heat wave begins as we will see high pressure really pick up strength. High pressure to our south and that narrow area of high pressure just to our west. We will see highs on Thursday right around 90 degrees. And if you like hot weather, you're going to like like this Friday forecast as well as the upcoming weekend. We've got a lot of sunshine to tell you about, and that goes for Washington, Oregon, down into California, Nevada. We will warm up into the mid-90s for high temperatures on Friday afternoon. And then if you're waiting for one more big weekend of camping, boating, fishing, this weekend is the weekend to do it. Sunny skies, high pressure will provide all kinds of warm air. We're talking upper 90s for high temperatures on Saturday afternoon, and don't expect much change as we get into Sunday either. High pressure's still in control. Maybe a little bit breezy in the afternoon on Sunday, but it's still going to be a hot one out there with highs in the mid to upper 90s. And folks, even past Sunday into the middle part of next week, it looks like our temperatures will remain around 95 to 100 degrees. So get ready for a hot streak. 61 as we take a look at our 7-day forecast overnight tonight. 88 tomorrow, 86 on Wednesday. So a really nice couple of days of weather coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. 90 for Thursday, and that will begin a heat wave, which looks like it's going to stick around for a while. Sunshine then Friday through Sunday. Mid-90s Friday, almost 100 degrees on Saturday, and 97 your high temperature on Sunday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Seattle fell to the Mets in 2 out of 3 games over the weekend, including a 7-3 loss Sunday in the Little League World Series Classic. Mets took it to Mariners starter George Kirby. New York scored 7 runs on 12 hits, chased Kirby out of the game with 2 outs in the 5th. The only positive for Seattle was Cal Raleigh hitting his 47th home run.
1-2, the swinging strike rate has been way up. Alvarez sends this one to the gap, and it is a diving effort that's going to fall, and Rodriguez could not come up with it. Alonso had a slow. He is in now, scoring on an RBI double. They were waiting because that's a no-fly zone out there, and Julio nearly came up with it. Leaning into this, they know it's a big pitch and a big part of this game. And that's a line shot. Nobody's catching that. Easily is scoring McNeil. Alvarez being held as it's fired back in by Julio. But the sinker about face Beatty. And this one center field. Julio will stop there, pick it up, tagging from third, Alvarez. Well done, Mark Vientos. 3-0 Mets. 1-2. And this one to Lindor, and he whiffed it. A little knuckler off the bat of Polanco, and Lindor would love that back again.
1-1 to Vientos. Hit high in the inner right field. Pretty deep. Canzone back to the track. Nearing the wall. It is gone! Mark Vientos out to right field. 3-run home run. A 4 RBI night and a big memory at the Little League Classic.
And here you got a 6-1 lead off one of the better pitchers in baseball. And Lindor golfs one deep to right center field. Did he get it? Rodriguez can't make the play. It bounces and in from third. Another run is Mullins, and Julio having a hard time as Lindor will get credited with a double.
Garrett set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high, left field towards the corner. Nimmo over. He's looking up, and it is gone! Home run, Cal Raleigh. He does it again. Number 47 for Cal. He is just one home run away from tying the all-time home run record for catchers in a single season.
Josh finally drags that red bat across the plate, lays it on his back shoulder. Pitch. Runner goes towards second. Pitch is chopped toward the middle. Acuña's got it to his right. Flips it over to first. In time, ball game. The Mets come to Williamsport and win the Little League Classic, defeating Seattle 7-3, and take 2 out of 3.
Seattle continues its road trip in Philadelphia today against Phillies. That is underway on Root Sports Northwest. Seattle remains a game and a half behind Houston in the American League West after Baltimore took 2 of 3 from the Astros, including a 12-0 win on Sunday. Texas is 7.5 games back after a 10-4 win over Toronto, and the Angels beat the Athletics on Sunday by a final of 11-5. Well, the Seahawks picked up their first win of the preseason on Friday night on a rainy evening in Seattle over the Kansas City Chiefs, 33-16. It was complete domination by the offense for the Seahawks. They rolled up 477 yards to just 156 for the Chiefs on Friday night. Meanwhile, it was Jake Bobo. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 24 yards, not too bad. Both those touchdown catches came off the arm of Drew Lock, who finished 10 of 12 for 129 yards in the game. George Halani continues to impress. What's even more impressive is the offensive line, just moving bodies. There was not a lot of starters that went for the Chiefs on offense or defense on Friday night. They wanted to save everybody with it being a rainy night here in Seattle. The Seahawks now 1-0-1 on the preseason. Will wrap it up next week in Green Bay. They'll practice with the Packers for a couple of days in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and then play the game at Lambeau Field on Saturday night, and then wrap up the preseason, get ready for the regular season when they'll welcome the San Francisco 49ers into town the first weekend in September. Again, the Seahawks get the victory at home on Lumen Field surface on a wet night in Seattle, 33-16, the final. Here at Lumen Field, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Seattle's already back at practice this week as they'll head to Green Bay for practice with the Packers and then play on Saturday. Coach Mike McDonald gave some good news Monday that Uchenna Nwosu is on the mend and could rejoin the team soon.
It's exciting because we're to my knowledge, we're ahead of schedule, which is really cool. So I know Chenna's been working his tail off, which is par for the course for him. And our training staff just had a great plan. Guy's done a great job, and so. So he's going to be back with us. So he's going to start we have a plan to kind of ramp him up here over the course of the rest of going into the first game, and give us an option to possibly get out there early in the season.
After watching film from Friday's win over Kansas City, Coach McDonald says there's plenty of things to be happy about, yet plenty of things to improve upon.
There's a lot of the things we felt coming off the field. I thought our guys played really hard, all 3 units. There's some situational stuff that I thought we did really well at the end of the half and at the beginning of the third quarter. There's some situational stuff that fell short a little bit, but it was great. The guys did a great job. The spirit on the sidelines was awesome. Coaches were dialed in. I think our operation improved from the first game as a coaching staff. So a lot of positives, and I think there's a lot of hunger too. There's a lot of eagerness to keep the ball rolling and improve on it and go to Green Bay.
Seattle wraps up the preseason Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock against the Packers. That'll be on King 5 TV. Fans at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval enjoyed 2 days of monster trucks besides some quality door-to-door racing. Glenn Knudsen once again hoisted a first-place trophy in the Rockstar Energy B-Mods main event. Quincy Driver piloted his car in front of East Wenatchee's Donovan Stevens and Wenatchee's Brandon Knuff. Father Ed's son in the Plum Perfect Roadrunner main event, Sela's Dave Scott earned his first win of the season, finishing in front of his son Alexander, who finished third. East Wenatchee's Spencer Hamilton was second. Graham's Nick Larson won the WMRA Midget main event. Olympia's Garrett McLeese was second, followed by West Richland's Richard Worley. It was a Wenatchee Ephrata finish in the B&T Towing Youth Roadrunner main event. Reagan Moore edged Kellen Ingram for first, while McKenna Lutz took third. Super Oval will be quiet for the next couple of weeks before resuming on September 6th with the Bump to Pass Boat Race Destruction event on that night. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for this edition of the NCW Life Evening News. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app. And now you can watch all of NCW Life's 24/7 programming without cable. Our channel is available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the NCW Life app to your devices and share the news with friends and family. You can email us with news tips anytime at news@ncwlife.com, or you can call us at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.